And welcome back, everyone, to the Adventures Pack, and welcome to Melos Machina. We are back after our 2-week vacation. We're back after it's the first of the new month, and we are here to continue our adventures in Jowdeck, episode 43, everyone.
Holy moly.
Nice.
Say that without more of an elevator pitch, please, Scott. Welcome to episode 43, please. The way you
Nah,
said it, it was very...
I've been doing enough calm stuff. I need to get to,
The
terror?
Yes,
No,
exactly.
we don't need, it does not need to be any more
suspense.
So
scary.
you've had your break. It's time to get back to
Now it's time.
2 calm episodes. Now what?
Exactly. We hope that you have all had a fantastic couple of weeks. Before we get into today's episode, a couple of quick announcements. First off, for those of you who listen in podcast form or are looking for a way to listen in podcast form, all of our episodes are now available on YouTube Podcasts.
Because that's a thing.
Yeah,
It's a thing
we're
now.
everywhere. So many places all at once. Podcasts are doing pretty good.
Is that the YouTube podcast goes?
Yes.
Cool.
I think that's their opening logo.
Yeah, I had me do some ADR before every single episode.
Welcome back to Melos Machina.
Oh,
it's gonna be a weird night.
It's very clearly.
Yep.
Additionally, before we get into it, a continuing word from the sponsor of Melos Machina, Cantrip Candles. Take it away, Ben.
Cantrip Candles are candles with a story. They are made here in the lovely city of Los Angeles. It is a queer and black-owned company making amazing smells that you can get right to your doorstep. And now, they've been gone for a little while, but the deities are back. So you can get
Cool.
Javid, Steward of Knowledge, Florence, Prince of Death, or Abella, the Goddess of Rebirth. They smell divine.
So good.
I did that one on purpose. No, they smell amazing, and they are back in stock with a little bit of a new facelift of box. So go to cantripcandles.com using the affiliate link that's going to go through chat, and use our code APAC for a discount on your order. Tell them who sent you. Oh, there's also new sample packs.
Oh, yeah.
So you can
really?
get those too. Different
Okay.
yeah. You can get Sense,
Amazing.
I didn't name these, Sense of Exploration, or Sense of Civilization, or your own custom sample pack.
Hey.
So, yeah,
Very cool.
pretty groovy. Yeah, so thank you so much, as always, Cantrip Candles, for sponsoring this show.
I meant
You
to
could burn a
come
lot
in
of
last
Prince of Death.
weekend because I need spring smells.
They're here.
Oh, yeah.
Spring smells.
And you could burn Prince of Death, while we're fighting a death cult.
Okay, but he's
It
like,
smells so much better.
good.
though.
He's
He
good.
really
He's
does.
the good
He's like
kind
the
of
nice
death
death.
guy.
He's like the nice
He
death,
good
and we're
death
fighting
guy.
like
He's like,
guys.
hey, bud, you're dead.
Smells more like Prince than death.
Well, on that note, players, are you all ready for another episode of Melos Machina?
You betcha.
Here we go.
As ready as I'll
When last we met our players, after a lockdown had been announced in Venture, while now suddenly trapped at the home of Lord Janub during your dinner party, dessert and after-meal drinks were had in the lounge, in which the gift from Lark Calder was produced of a small decanter of Chimordian ale. Raising questions, though hardly talked about amongst the mixed company,
Someone heard it.
the party conversed with other members of the dinner party, with tense conversations being had with Eddard Plaverton, and calming conversations being had with the Lady Elaine. Eventually, you each found your way to the room in which you were spending the night, and have now had the first true night's rest with nothing that you are able to do on your mind
In fancy beds?
in fancy bed.
Oh.
Nice.
The sun comes up on another day of venture. You hear birds calling from outside the windowsill. The rays of the light beam in And though you're laying under layers of sheets and comfort, the sun is a warm welcome.
Got some dice to roll. Hold on 1 second.
Gotta prepare
Important
spells.
dice things.
Important.
Stop it. I didn't do it on purpose.
What were the sleeping arrangements?
You all were in one room.
Okay.
There was one large bed and a second smaller bed, and that was it.
Great.
Okay. I definitely camped up on the floor. That's
Oh
fine.
yeah. I could have slept literally anywhere.
What are you doing with your morning?
Oh, Lord. I think I've been up for a while, probably doing my calisthenics. I'd like to mill about as the others kind of rouse, just to kind of get an ear for how the servants, like how they move around the day. I just want to kind of find a place and observe and
Sure. So in the
drink some tea or something.
in the bedroom, as you awake, you have essentially the room itself and the large windows that go out to the stone balcony that then overlooks the front entryway. But that is your immediate surrounding as of
There's a balcony. Okay, I'm gonna wait for the others to wake up while I'm out on the balcony, just breathing in the air.
I think I would have taken my rest quite quickly, and then knowing that meandering the grounds was somewhat allowed, I think I would have walked out the front door and tried to get a sense for.
So as you head downstairs,
Oh, okay.
because it's not the front doors a ways away.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Got it. I got you. I'm trying to assess how we're doing this.
Opening up the door, you see the large hall with all the other doors leading to the other bedrooms. And standing at the end of the hallway that leads to the stairs leading down, you see a single servant. You recognize from the night before, who's dressed, standing at attention, facing all of you. But doesn't seem to acknowledge you, but is there, looking.
Okay. I think as I softly kind of walk through the halls, I'm not going to try and evade detection, but I don't want to rouse anybody. I know quite a number of the guests here are still trying to get a sound night's rest, but I do want to try and at least head back towards the front entrance of the house.
Sure. As you approach the servant, he simply says, "Good morning, sir. Is there anything I can do for you?"
Oh, no, thank you. I just need a bit of fresh air, and, well, found myself a little bit restless, so perhaps the open skies will help calm my nerves.
Of course. Anything for breakfast?
Oh, I think a heartier meal for some of my companions would be appreciated, something to fill us up for the day.
And for yourself, any requests?
Oh, some bread and cheese with some fresh coffee as well, please.
Very good, sir. We'll be waiting for you when you come back.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And with that, I'll just kind of simply clip down the stairs. If the front door is unlocked, I'd love to.
Yeah, as you go up to it,
Yeah.
turn the handle, it opens up.
Okay. I just want to see, as they open the door, are people adhering to the curfew? I'm very curious to see if, throughout the night, anybody on the streets or on, the houses nearby this mansion are, adhering to that.
Sure. Well, over the course of the night, it really hard to really get a sense.
From
At least
inside, yeah.
from the bedroom, if you had taken any glances out, from where you were, you didn't really see much happening.
Okay.
But now the sun is up. You do hear the sounds of people and activity in the city. But at this time, at least from your understanding of the curfew, it seems to be okay.
I think I'll just spend the rest of my morning kind of observing the gardens, observing the exterior property.
Sure.
Kind of just if there's any flower bushes or sitting areas, I'd absorb those and kind of take those in.
Yeah.
eventually wander back in for breakfast.
So, as on the balcony in the garden, from the rest of you as you awake.
I know I probably would have woken up first, but I have lots of questions for everyone.
You're gonna have to start rolling to see who wakes up first at this point.
Yeah.
If there's 3 people, it's like, well, I was one of the earliest to
Well,
wake
no,
up.
well,
It's not me.
elves.
I know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I would have probably slept past these two, but I would have woken up before them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes, yes.
So, I'm thinking, because yeah, if these two have already left and those two are still asleep,
Mhm.
honestly, I'd probably take a little bit of time regrowing the arm bracelets and gloves that I made out of flowers, and honestly sort of wait for everyone else to wake up.
I feel like I'm last, if anything.
Definitely, I would have been sleeping like a rock through whatever movements of the gang, waking up and going about their ways, or whatever, because I was dead asleep, desperately needed sleep. And,
With your exhaustion now gone.
Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you. Waking up feeling not only refreshed but also a sense of urgency because I missed 2 whole days of note taking. Would have prepared spells with some new kind of discovery of the newly learned shield spell, making sure that's down pat before calling it a day in terms of preparations, and then would have taken time to recount the last several days of events as I begin journaling and making notes of everything I could recall.
Okay.
And that's probably how you'd find me if I woke up before you.
Yeah. It's just a. Wow. That was a comfy bed.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't have to get used to it, although
I know.
I imagine you could.
Probably not a good idea.
I think we should definitely, absolutely, most certainly get back to the inn and do our own beds.
Yeah.
Especially if they are not going to let us go out at
Yeah,
night
agreed.
anymore.
We
I'd
should get
very
back.
much like a bed. Not in the city, but sounds like that might not be an option.
Do they really mean we cannot leave?
Seems that way for the time being, anyway.
Okay, I mean they said restricted. That means that they're watching it, or that they
I
like you
mean,
have to get permission.
I
or?
think permission or more kind of
Okay.
high profile people can probably get in and out.
Sounded like Lord Janicet might be able to get out, but he has official business.
Well, I know that you two and Aaron have a lot that you are probably still working on investigating. Above table, would we probably right before bed have probably like info dumped?
Chatted. Yeah.
Out of
I'm gonna say
curiosity?
y'all
Oh,
didn't.
maybe we just passed out.
I mean,
We-
we
we were off on
ended
our
the
own.
episode and then
So-
we came back and you said we took a long rest, so that's why I'm like,
The episode ended as you were all going to bed.
oh, it did? Okay.
Yes.
All right. But I know that the two of you have much more investigation that you need to do
Well,
within the walls.
something. I realized something last night.
So. Mhm.
Yeah.
So the note that we found on Silas, well, what was left of Silas, which was not much, it was signed by L,
Mhm.
and we found and there was reference to the Cracker Jack, kind of, or that's what we think may have blown him up.
Makes sense.
And we found the chest with the
Primordian.
Chimordian ale.
I also was very suspicious.
And there
of
was
this.
Chimordian wine that was given by a lark Calder.
And it turns out he's a proprietor of magical goods here in
Yeah.
the city. And, well, we do have another thread to investigate here, but I don't like the feeling of being trapped.
No.
Well, at the very least, you know, there's that. But I mean, if you find out some interesting information, maybe because you'll need the ticket to Sheriff's Manor, they'll let you out.
Maybe.
Assuming we don't get ourselves arrested first.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
we'd have to go through the right channels, whatever that might be.
So, just to remind me, Silas,
Yes.
you were going to go investigate him, and then you found him very blown up.
We were hot on his trail.
We were following him.
Aaron
heard.
had been
Aaron had been
investigating.
following him,
Yeah.
and Aaron just said he had been behaving suspiciously.
Right.
Yes, possibly involved in the transporting of
Contraband.
contraband.
Okay,
Right.
and but Aaron didn't know what kind of contraband.
No.
They just knew. Okay. Okay.
During all this time, you're definitely hearing your companions.
Yeah.
I'll I think I would have walked in kind of like midway through the conversation, just
Yeah.
leaning against the door jamb.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so he. I guess I'm still sort of confused as to
Let me.
why Aaron was looking at it. That doesn't really matter, I suppose, though. But yeah. So do you think this man? It would make sense if he is, you know, got the same stuff that was being smuggled with the box.
It's a stretch, but it's the most concrete thing we
I
have
think
had.
It
It's
would
that
be
much
the
of a
most
stretch.
wild coincidence.
That's fair.
I mean, the boat came from Venture, so if anything, it just meant you were doing your job, right?
Yeah.
But yeah. So this Lark Calder, he ships things, magical
He
things.
has like a store that was on the bridge.
Remember,
Is
Aaron tried to go in there.
Yeah.
oh
Oh, you had already gassed at that point. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Aaron found anything that helpful, because he didn't bring anything back. So,
okay
but it was pretty busted up.
okay.
Okay. Okay, so if he's shipping things, does it go in and out of the silver palm?
I would assume so. That's how you ship things.
If he's shipping dangerous things, do you think maybe that something dangerous is in there, and that's why the cider is going bad?
I mean, it's possible.
That is a stretch.
Yeah,
But,
Yeah.
my brain keeps going there.
Something tells me
Yeah.
that the side is likely unrelated.
Yeah.
Seems.
I don't know. It's
Either way, it tells me that we should go into the silver palm.
you just want to be a spider again.
I mean, you do raise an interesting point, because if he is shipping something through the proper channels, he would be shipping it through the Silver Palm.
Yeah.
But if he's not, and just making a deal with the Plavertons, money talks.
I don't know, but either way, it still doesn't explain the guys on the boat.
Yeah.
But
Right.
Well, we should.
Aaron's back.
I was just gonna say we should go find you because you were the one who had a long conversation with the Plavertons
good
last
morning.
night.
Well, Aaron.
Yes, reconvening, are we?
Yeah, kind of.
A lot to decompress.
We woke up and just
Okay.
started talking.
I'll peek my head back down the hallway. Are the is the staff still keeping their distance, at least from our doors, or anybody like kind of patrolling to other doors at
It
this
doesn't seem
point?
to be anyone patrolling. There's still that same servant who's
I kind of
standing at
want
the
to
end.
close the door gently behind me, but still leave it so that I can keep an ear to the hallway.
Sure.
And kind of just stand just inside the door frame as we continue discussing. Yes. Eddard was rather concerned about the accident in River's Meet and seemed to know a bit about Lark Caldor's business nature, though did not seem to have a directly personal relationship with him. So I think if there's any information we want to glean about his dealings, we need to go pay him a personal visit.
I think that's the place to start, rather than the Silver Palm. I
Yeah.
mean, they're airtight, literally, and they don't necessarily know what was hidden under the Chimordian ale in the box we discovered, so they might not even be aware of any suspicious dealings.
I mean, they're not doing their job very well then if there's stuff getting snuck through.
Well,
True.
their job is just to be the handlers of a transaction, not to look into it.
I
Do you-
still think there's something in there.
And
You're probably right.
Eddard didn't seem, I don't know, sketchy in any way.
No, he seemed rather concerned about the innocent lives lost, and he's a man of stature with a business to protect, and I think he wants to resolve the matter same as we do, though albeit for entirely sorry, I'm losing my vocabulary, but for entirely noble reasons.
Yeah. Okay.
If he suspected that anything was amiss, I think he would have made it known. Knowing that we were face to face with the accident, I think he would have
Right.
pressed a little bit harder on specific details.
No,
So
you're right.
I don't think we need to worry about him, though. I do need to keep my gaze in his direction going
Okay.
forward, I think.
His daughter seemed to have a bit different of a take about his noble intentions,
Oh.
at least as far as this city's concerned.
It didn't
I imagine-
seem like she was, oh, I'm so sorry.
No,
it
so
didn't
it's-
seem like she thought he was a bad person, but she thought he could be more generous?
She seems interested in philanthropic outreach, supporting the city here, and him not so much.
I see. Well, he does want to save his name in terms of the accident, so.
That's what I'm getting at. It's probably his business intentions, he's
Right.
rather than noble ones.
Either way, I should mention, if we want to pay Lark a visit, we will require some navigating the city. It seems this shop takes business on the docks side of the bridge, and unless there is passage across currently,
There
would-
is.
There is.
Yeah, the
Oh.
sky
Yeah.
tram, because we.
And the bridge. The bridge
And the
is,
bridge.
the
Well,
bridge
if
is
the bridge is
fixed.
functioning, then that will be a more direct route, because
Yeah.
I was able to locate his business the night of the explosion, so
Right.
if you want to head there,
Okay.
it will be somewhat precarious to cross the bridge in its state, but it is also quite heavily stocked.
Yeah.
So,
Well, they've. Zachary was working really hard with the people trying to fix it.
And Bogdan was out like a rock after
Yeah.
spending all night making sure it was at least passable safely. So
I really wish I could have seen that. It sounds like it was really amazing.
it was pretty
I
cool.
know. I'm sad I missed it too.
It was the closest thing to miraculous that I could ever think.
Yeah.
God, I gotta find out.
We should really.
How
at some
that
point
arm
find
was
Bogdan.
made.
just to be quick, apparently breakfast is being served eventually. So
okay.
I
whenever
thought I smelled something good.
whenever you feel we can
Yeah.
progress downtown, I'm sure there might be I'm getting a a bed and breakfast vibe from Sir Janab, from Lord Janab. So
There was,
Right.
there might be another meal to be had amongst company.
there's one thing I wanted to ask really quickly, and it's sort of more curiosity and a little bit of a favor, but I know that at one point you had messaged Andy's father asking if he was okay.
Yeah.
I kind of want to know what sort of monsters attacked them.
I know, I do too, and I've been meaning to reach back out, so we should.
I want to know if they're the variety, because we're
today.
starting to actually feels like we're starting to actually finally figure out a little bit what's this going on for your investigation. But again, the why?
Well,
Asking above table, because I've been meaning to do this and keep forgetting. Was Orreach like one of the first, after Venture, was it one of the other frontier but sponsored by helped by words.
Give me a history check.
Okay.
Sponsored by
Sponsored by the order.
Clapperton Mills.
Okay, baby beep.
oh no, in universe ads.
19.
19. Okay.
Yeah.
You know that Nerith Cadril didn't necessarily open its walls until the walls were technically open, but they didn't see much of a reason for expanding outwards.
Right.
And so Venture being one of the first, really the towns around Saros Manor were mostly the first.
Mm-hmm.
But in your region, it was not Venture. It was Lockhead or Lockheed.
Got it.
And Orreach is the youngest of the
Okay,
the
so it's the
cities.
newest.
There's realistically only there's only 2 towns outside of Nerith Cadril. There is Lockheed and Orreach.
Okay. Okay. Good to know.
I can certainly send another message.
Yeah, but maybe
That is
we
more being
wait
curious.
until we get back to the inn. I can kind
Yeah.
of just try to put together a message for him.
Or I mean, it does take a significant amount of resources for me to do that. So perhaps we save it for the end of the day.
That's fine.
After we see how things go.
I'll just start kind of putting together what I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we should get back to our stuff.
Yeah.
Get Cindy back.
Yes.
Yes. We really should
Yeah,
do that.
let's have breakfast and then
Yeah.
leave.
She did seem to find a good place to sleep. At least.
Good. But also, we're probably going to be expected to speak to the guard at any time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that.
So,
Also, when are your friends arriving?
That is something I've been anticipating.
Right.
If it's any guess of mine, it could be any time today. I imagine when they're here, I'll be summoned.
Right. They could be waiting for us already at the night's rest.
yeah.
Well, let's before we join breakfast, what's our plan of attack for the day?
I know I would like to go back to the inn before we do anything else, because it's not just these fancy clothes are very nice. I'm sort of worried I'm going to ruin them
Yeah.
at any moment, and I would like to get my normal clothes back.
Yeah.
please.
Also, since we slept in these, can you make them look not wrinkly?
Sure. Everybody line up. I start to dander everybody close.
Yes. We shall return to the inn, and then
Tired Tinker, not the night's rest.
return
Yes.
to Tired Tinker,
Cool.
and then
To Lark?
Lock,
Oh,
and we see what we learn there, which
All right.
a shop full of magical things.
might require some. I'm thinking about this place a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We'll we'll deal with that when we get there. Breakfast?
Yes, I'm starving.
So yeah, we'll as one by one I kind of press everybody's clothes with prestidigitation. Sorry, my Wyatt's showing. Prestidigitate everybody to clean, and then just lead the way out.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
As you all leave the room, at the end of the hall, there's the same servant that, as you pass by, gives a simple nod. Heading downstairs, you get to the main door, or the main hallway, and you hear sounds coming from the dining area. The most prominent of which, behind a closed door,
Of course.
it seems Janab is awake. Upon entering in, you see Lord Janab seated across from Eddard and Sylvie Plaverton, and a little bit down the ways, a plate has been set up with looks like a platter of hot steamy bread and some freshly cut cheese, and a mug of a steaming liquid next to it.
Does it appear to be coffee?
From here, we'll find out.
I will immediately head towards that seat.
As the door opens, Lord Janab looks up and says, "Oh, my friends, how did you all sleep this evening? It was such a night, and
Quite well.
what a day ahead of us."
Oh, yes, I think that's... I think the town gossip will be abuzz.
Oh, good. It looks as though your food is ready. Please,
Thank you.
enjoy. What can we get for the rest of you? Please, please, please.
Meat, please.
Meat.
Starch, anything.
Meat, starch.
Whatever Aaron is having, some of that. I would like that. That looks good. I'm just kind of very eyes big focused.
Tea for me, steep strong.
Very good.
Yeah, the bread and cheese looks great.
Wonderful. Oh, I feel like I'm a server at an inn. As he looks, his gaze focuses behind you, as he gives a gentle nod and then returns back. Well then, and before
Yeah.
he can get any words out, Eddard, wiping his mouth, putting a napkin on, folded onto the table. It has been quite an evening, but unfortunately, I believe myself and my daughter here, we must be departing. Pleasure to meet you all. Janab,
as well.
as always. And
Good luck with everything.
thank you. And you as well.
Thanks.
As he turns to leave, Sylvie, gaze lingers, says, "Farewell there,
It was nice to meet
Bye,
you,
Sylvie.
Sylvie.
Thank you for the card game.
and thank you. It was a pleasure."
Sam.
As the Plavertons turn to leave.
I'll just give a small bow as they leave.
Is there anybody else? just Janab?
It is all of you and Lord Janab.
Oh.
So, as he sits.
So indeed.
Now, it appears as though you are to remain here within the city, I guess.
For the time being, sure.
Seems that way.
Well, what are your plans? What sightseeing is there to do? I suppose now that, gosh, I'm not very much one to tell folks what to do in my own city. It's one of those when you think about what there is to do in your own home, it is you really are at a loss for words.
So true. I mean, we've already seen the Flow Forge pretty intimately.
I imagine we've already been to the best party that the city would hold.
Yeah.
Oh, do go on. Don't stop.
No, I'm done.
No, you're stopping. I said do go on.
What are your day's activities looking like?
Oh, well, I think after breakfast, I'll probably take a wander about the garden, perhaps head to the actual garden of the district, but I don't know, I might go see what all the hubbub is about at the gates, see what sort of guard has been posted, be a bit of a tourist of my own.
Interesting.
Do you leave the city much? Or
Not very often, no. I have everything that I need here.
Seems that way.
you know, it is rather sad that we did not get to see the Flo Forge when it was, under better circumstances. Did you go there ever?
I did. Shortly after I moved here, I did, going about and seeing what there was to see in the city, and the Flow Forge was stunning.
It seemed like it was quite beautiful.
You know, there were these trees.
Oh yes, like the garden on the inside. The walking path on the interior was just.
They were underneath a little bit.
Oh, I have never been to the underneath of the Flow Forge. That is where the people who work at the Flow Forge go. No, I simply have wandered about the atrium, I suppose, as you could call it, on the inside.
It was just sort of odd to me that it had trees underneath it. I know obviously you didn't build it or anything, but I was sort of curious if you had heard about these trees or why they were there.
Well, I believe that's how the part of how our water was filtered.
Oh,
At least that's my understanding of it.
that's very cool.
Yes,
Lord Janet, forgive me.
I can.
The gardens are so beautiful here.
Mm.
Is there like an arborist or a gardener that takes care of all of these?
Oh, I'm sure there must be.
You don't? Okay. Well, I will ask your servant if they know who does that.
But there is actually a garden. I just thought it was named the Garden District because it is very pretty. But it does make sense that there is actually a garden.
No, it is lovely. Quite peaceful, actually. There's two in the city. There's this is the northern garden, and the southern garden is, wouldn't you believe it, to the south.
Is that near the southern wall?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. I might venture down there at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
As the conversation is happening, plates have arrived with additional food, cheese, and warm coffee. Yeah. For yourself, there are slices of toasted bread with thin sliced, looks like fish on top.
Happy. Just
How's the tea?
It is a perfect temperature, just enough that you don't have to wait to sip. That first intake, you feel your whole body just align a little bit more. That little bit of haze that was remaining has cleared perfectly. It is looks to be a green tea of some variety.
Excellent. Just happily, quietly sipping.
Oh, and my darling, as he looks up, you turn to see the Lady Elaine stepping in. She's wearing a long white sundress with golden flowers on it, and a wide-brimmed white hat to match. Janum, it is, as always, a pleasure in the morning. My friends, how are you?
Quite well.
Slept very well, thank you.
Thank you both for the extra unexpected hospitality.
Yeah.
We do what we can, of course, and what sort of hosts would we be if we couldn't let you put you out?
Not like you had much choice. That's
Not.
right.
But I think that given the choice, it would have been the same.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. You look absolutely radiant this morning.
Thank you, and you all look quite well rested and ready for whatever adventures lie ahead. My darling, as she looks over to Janib, yes, my dear. I'm going to be out and about. I should be back this afternoon. Oh, well, I shall be missing you every second while you are away. Ta-ta, my love. Friends. With a wide smile on her face, she turns to leave. Well, it seems we are truly alone now.
Whatever
Did
shall we
I'm
do?
eating slowly, but making sure there's always food in
Great strategy. I will notice and just grab my very first piece of bread.
Did the other gentleman who was here, did he leave? The
Oh,
one-
Pharaoh?
Yeah, that one.
I mean, Reginald Pharaoh.
Yes, I believe he might still be sleeping. I imagine he might
Not
be
so
sleeping for a bit.
Okay.
Not surprising.
I mean, we won't keep you from walking the gardens or anything. I'm sure we have places to go if I want to finish. My plate is clean. It's been clean.
Well, I do thoroughly enjoy your company, and you are welcome to stay as long as you would like. But I'm sure you have places to go, things to do.
You are so gracious. Most of us, I think, just maybe feel a little more comfortable in clothing that's got a little bit more movement.
Well, you do look fantastic in the outfits.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll go fetch Cindy with our cart. If you
Oh
don't
yes, if
mind.
you would like, I could have them. I could have them brought about, and so when you're
I
ready to.
didn't really get to see your garden, so
Oh.
I'd love to walk outside if you don't mind.
You absolutely may. My home is yours for as long as you would like.
Thank you.
So don't let me keep you. You may, by all means, take a walkabout. Or, you know what? I could give you a tour myself.
I would love that very much.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you.
Finish up.
Yes.
And please feel free to leave the dishes. They will be taken care of. And, shall we?
I reach over. Yes. Please.
With that, he takes your hand
Oh!
and stands,
Should've
loops
known.
your arm, and begins to walk with you out towards the front door. Splendid. Let me show you everything.
Just kind of shoot eye daggers behind me. It's fine.
I'll actually telepathically say that again. So sorry, so sorry,
I
so
think
sorry.
Your link is
Yeah,
gone.
Link's gone.
No, I have.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
right.
go. Record scratch. So, did they install these bushes here, Lord Janet?
Oh, yes. Everything that you see here was my own request. And I have had, obviously, I have had wonderful designers consult with me. But, so everything you see here, it grows perfectly well. It takes a moderate amount of water, but it's nothing too out of the ordinary. Oh, my goodness, now I am going to have to sort that out. But yes, in the back here, I could show you, we have the beginnings of a small hedge maze that I'm working on. Nothing too extravagant, still has to stay on the property, obviously. But here, let me show you. At this point, it should only be about, knee-high, but one day it will be most magnificent.
All hedges start somewhere.
I'll hedge... As he continues to lead you into the garden area.
I have like the weirdest, most toothy smile.
That's weird with a dragonborn.
With
So
Aiken and Lord
uncomfortable.
Janub at the head. Is there anything else any of you would like to do?
Well, I would have drifted behind and then stayed out by the front steps, waiting for that wagon to get pulled around.
Would did Lord Janab, is this house your family's house, or did you build it yourself?
Neither, no. It was purchased.
Oh.
Well, not my family's at all, no. But, and of course, I do think it warms my heart to have you think that I would be capable of building such a glorious structure. But, no, this was... When I came here to venture, I knew exactly the district that I wanted, and this home was here. It's not nearly as grand as it is now. I've had additions and alterations done since I've arrived, but no, yes, it is mine now.
How long have you been in Venture?
I've been in venture for the better part of 5 years.
And is that how long you have known Lady Elaine, or did you... Because she's from here, right?
She is, yes, but no, my time with Lady Elaine, I met her first in Sarosmere.
Oh, really?
Did she bring you here?
She did not, although I will admit it might have been on my mind when deciding where I should move when it was time for me to leave the city.
She's quite the catch.
Oh, she is. I am incredibly lucky.
Well traveled. Well traveled, Lady Elaine.
She is. She sees wonder in the entire world and just has this beautiful desire to see everything. It's one of the things that I find most charming about her.
Does she research her destinations quite thoroughly before leaving? Is she more of a flit of the wind type traveler?
That is an excellent question. She does seem to... She goes wherever she feels the need, but I wouldn't say she researches. Typically, she comes to me and says, so, Lord Janum, darling, I would like to go here, and I shall be leaving on this day, and I say I will miss you, and, well, there she goes.
I see.
And there's not a lot of research that one can do out here.
There's not a lot of places truly to travel to these days, no.
Seems like more are popping up every few years, though.
It does feel that way.
And that rock, was that here before?
I believe so.
I just like humor every last fact that he
He
has.
has this look on his face like, the rock.
Which one?
Well, never thought about the rock.
Is there anything you do other than enjoy your time here? Or you're sort of retired now. Do you do anything else?
What would one do with retirement except enjoy every moment?
This is fair. I guess I've never thought about it. But
No, what? Do you have hobbies besides throwing parties? Like,
Well, I consider myself a bit of an artist. I like to draw in my free time.
do you really?
I do, yes.
Well, we'll have to, at some point next party, you'll have to do a little gallery.
Oh, stop, I couldn't. I'm too ashamed of myself for it.
Oh,
But if you insist.
I do. I definitely do. Yeah, probably better than some of the street artists back in Saros Manor. You know.
Street artists, you know, I had never actually seen much of the street art.
I mean, every now and again, you know, in some of the areas that were a little bit more well-traveled, you'd have someone who would do a quick sketch of you, you know.
That, perhaps I should see how I can do with a quick sketch these days.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure it's all the rage, granted.
Well, next party I shall have to do a quick sketch of you.
Oh, I would love that so much.
As the brief tour continues, seeing the gardens are more of his the rest of the property on his estate, mostly a collection of well-maintained flowers, and the small beginnings of a hedge maze, but compared to the natural gardens that you had seen in Gladen, it all comes across as far more maintained and analytical.
You took the question out of my mind because I was wanting to take in and see if there's like any sense of like artistry or voice or like methodical like thought behind any of it.
It looks as though enough thought of, well, this is going to look good.
Mm.
Okay.
As we come around the front, thank you for this lovely tour, Lord Janub, and we will be back.
You are-
I'm sure we will.
And I look forward to it. I truly do. And as they arrive, from your perspective, from the right, here comes the party and Janub, and from the left, here comes a servant along with Cindy and your cart, being, I believe, pulled by Chauncey at this point? Or is Chauncey with you?
No, Chauncey is with me, which
Being
is why
pulled-
we were going to Cindy.
Being pulled by a couple of servants.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
You could just leave that right there. That's perfect. We'll hitch up. There's our ride right there.
There's a moment of an unspoken thank you.
Yeah, and an
Sorry.
unspoken nod back of I feel your pain.
Yeah.
As Cindy, good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I'm so sorry that you accidentally got stuck with us in here.
Yes, apologies are certainly in order.
None required. I don't think that any of you could have planned for any of that.
No.
No.
And, well, I'm also...
Seems they provided you a suitable place to sleep.
Oh, yes, no, it was quite comfortable.
And they
quite,
fed you?
They did.
Okay,
And also, I think a thank you was in order. I'm not sure from whom it was, but drinks were also provided, and a drink was provided, so
Oh.
thank you.
You're quite welcome.
Are we ready to head back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you.
As you see, Cindy looks well put together, a little out of sorts, but doesn't appear too out of the ordinary.
Like when you wake up after a sleepover and you're just like, I
Where
slept,
am
but
I?
not at home.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll hook Chauncey up to the cart.
I'll hop on in it.
Well, fair travels to all of you, and again, please see me anytime, any day. I will most likely be here, and if I'm not here, well, my servants will certainly allow you to wait. Ta-ta!
Thank you so much, Lord Janab.
He gives a over-the-top bow.
Still
Echo
a
in
weird
kind.
toothy smile.
Wait,
An under the top nod.
let me get back to the cart.
As you all begin to head off on the cart, and he enters back into the home, you depart from Lord Janab's estate.
I think once we cross the threshold off of the property, I just let out the biggest sigh. Just like, oh,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
no, it's fine.
How was your tour?
Oh, he's fine. He's harmless.
I
It's just
didn't mean to do that.
no. Lord Janab is honestly delightful. It's just the rest of everything that he represents that makes me
Yeah.
feel.
That's all I feel. The delights, I'm not sure where you get that, but
He has such a innocent ignorance that is so sad and
sad is
so
what I pick up on, yeah.
cute in a sort of like sad puppy way.
He's certainly
Yeah.
far more toothless than the kinds of parties I used to go to back in
Yeah.
Sarasmena.
Oh,
but
yeah.
no agenda, seemingly.
No.
But that's because I don't think he wanted to retire.
I think
Oh.
you're right about that.
At least there was just something about the way he said things.
People
I got the
don't
impression he
typically,
did, but
not at his age.
yeah,
You know, he seems young.
I don't know why.
Well, you're Mr. Order Boy. Why would someone get kicked out of the...
Retired? I mean, many reasons. Poor performance, disagreement of ideology, not fitting. It could be anything.
It's definitely far more colorful than a lot of people I remember in Saros Manor.
That's, for sure. There's much pomps, very little circumstance, it seems, and, if he's truly just about the appearance, he's not of much use to the Order, at least in certain ways. So,
But also, to be honest, I'm once again I'm making a reach. I don't know. It was just something about the way he said it. I'm sort of speculating, and I don't really understand what all of that means, really, either. But
I mean, you're a great read of people, Dwathi. So I trust you if you say,
it's just a vibe, just a feeling I got.
he's compensating in different ways than the Overseer.
Yeah. That is a good way of putting it. It's,
Yeah.
Again, he think he's a person who just really wants to enjoy things, and
Yeah.
maybe if he is sort of sad, that's his way of dealing with it. But I don't know.
Must be lonely in that big house.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure Lady Elaine is traveling as much as she can.
I would.
Yeah.
And the servants don't seem to offer much company for the way he treats them anyway.
They have a job.
Yeah.
Okay. What is going on between those two?
Lord Janab and Lady Elaine. Oh, if I could be a fly on that wall when no one was there. Okay, I've flirted with a fair number of people,
Yeah, he was
but
flirting.
he
with
lays it on thick.
you. He kept touching you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
It didn't seem like creepy? I just
No,
think he's sort
just
of like a
touchy-feely.
He's a-
Yeah, but it was specifically with you.
But maybe he'll sketch me.
Maybe.
I think more to your point, Dorothy, I think there is an arrangement between the two of them that goes beyond
Yeah, it
affairs
seems
of the heart.
mutually beneficial in some way.
She's a businesswoman, and she found
A perfect
place.
client.
Yeah. It's the gist that I got talking to her last night.
Yeah, I was gonna say you spoke to her.
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know.
Still seemingly, I don't know, no link between.
Did you ask her about her notebook?
Sort of. I asked her about a lot of things. Her place in Venture. What she represents to people. And sorry, Cindy, you're gonna get a lot of weird stuff going on.
Alright,
But
usually I'm used to not paying attention.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying something. It's been really hard.
Lots
Actually.
No,
of gossip. You can. Yeah.
I feel like you're older than our last protege, who I feel like you can probably handle some of this information. It's not even that bad. It's just gossip, I guess. I don't know.
Well, typically with the sound of the boat moving, I can block some of this out. But
Cindy.
It's okay.
I guess I don't think any of this is a secret. I'm just sort of
No.
curious.
No, I don't think it's a secret at all. And in fact, she seems quite pleased with her place here, but
It's a
she
comfortable life.
seemed so nonplussed when I brought up the fact that she's now been so closely linked to 2 attacks from this death cult. And
Maybe
I
we
don't
should
know.
talk more about that later, though.
Yeah.
But
don't be scared, Cindy. It's fine.
okay. I can take a hint.
Cindy, did the reputations of our hosts precede them? Were you familiar with
Yeah, I
either Lady Elaine or Lord Janab?
I'm familiar with them in name. I mean, and I knew I knew how to get you to Lord Janum's estate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
did.
seems hard to miss.
What's the reputation in the city, if they carry any?
As fine people, Lord Janum is boisterous and a well, either beloved or
Not,
Mhm.
right?
well, I wouldn't say not.
He's a lot.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's not everybody's cup of tea.
not mine. Although his tea was actually quite good.
I bet he has the finest.
Another question, Cindy. And if this, it's on the topic of gossip, and I'm just curious.
We would never.
And if this is too uncomfortable, please let me know. But
okay.
did the staff have anything to say about them while
they
you
were
were
lovely.
out there? They like working there. They
They-
didn't have anything.
They seemed really happy.
Okay.
Yeah. When
That's nice.
when they came into the staff house, I
Yeah.
guess is what you'd call it. Where that's where they had me stay for the night. But yeah, it was very friendly, lively. It seemed like a small family.
Okay. That's
They all liked each other and they
That's
didn't
nice.
seem upset.
that's good to know.
Yeah, it was really weird though seeing them when, you know, getting ready to go out and do something, you know, just making sure
Right.
there's a mirror right by the door, so they
Yeah,
make sure they were
button up.
perfectly set,
Mm-hmm.
and there was almost that a sense of just standing up straight right before opening the door.
We all put on different armor in the morning.
Yeah.
They take their duty
Night.
seriously.
I feel like Janab is probably very particular about how people are presenting themselves.
You're out of sight until he wants you in his sight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to look perfect in the meantime.
This is all a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, society's weird.
Yeah.
I'm noticing that.
It's not the same everywhere, Duathi, but it's in these circles it seems like it's pretty prescribed, if you will. Now, Cindy, you feel fine about Lord Janum. How do you feel about men like Eddard Plaverton?
I can't say is that I know him. I mean, I know of him. Obviously, he's the
Yeah.
Claverton, but
Yeah.
I guess how do you mean?
Just wonder what the locals think of the people that make a lot of the big decisions in a place.
Well, it's a lot of work being done, I guess. I know people who work for the Clavertons, and it's hard work. It's a lot of work, but
Yeah.
it's work. Keeps people alive.
Do you know any of the folks that would have helped like load up a ship, like a shipment of something down to Riversmeet?
Yeah, I have a couple of friends who are dock hands.
Maybe we would love to know. We have some loose threads that we're trying to follow up on for the Plavertons. Well, for us, but adjacent to the
It would
Plavertons.
also help them to find this
Yeah.
out, I imagine, though.
If you don't mind, when we get to the Tired Tinker, if you could write us their names or something.
I suppose, yeah. What sort of threads are we talking here?
You should have seen it. There was a boat. This was right after we when we met.
Was when we
A
met.
boat just careened right into the side of the docks, and then we fought some
Riversmeet.
in Riversmeet.
Oh, was that the Fairbanks?
Yeah.
Oh, you heard.
It was.
Well, when you work in the when you work on a little boat, it's
Right.
word gets around with boat people.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
it was intense. Huge hole in the side of the boat, and just creepy things crawling out of it and out of the water.
It
Wow.
was really very...
Dramatic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really very unpleasant, so we were sort of trying to figure out what
Well,
happened to the boat.
I'd heard that it crashed. I didn't hear any of the rest of that.
Well, it supposedly it came from Venture here, so we're trying to figure out if it was compromised here in the city or somewhere along
Yeah.
the way.
Sure. I mean, I can ask my friends and see if they know anything, or if you want to
That would be.
talk to them. But I can ask and
Yeah, if
See,
you don't
please.
mind asking, and if you know anyone that was loading up that
Sure.
particular.
yeah. I mean, a few of my
Shit.
friends work there every day.
Yeah.
I imagine one of them probably worked on the
would be
Fairbanks.
amazing.
Yeah.
We'll,
We could,
we'll be staying at the Tired Tinker.
Yeah,
And
so
we
you
could-
can find us there.
yeah, and we could pay you a little bit. That
Yeah.
way, you know, since you'd be doing some work for us, and
Yeah.
your job is, doing both things, and you can't do both things right now,
I'm gonna be looking for work right now, so if
I mean, we are very grateful to have a chauffeur.
yeah. Oh, right. That reminds me. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. A lot happened last night. I forgot how much I said I was gonna charge you.
Oh no.
Oh,
And I'm so used to I'm so
I
used
know.
to boat river numbers.
it was two gold on the way in, and another 2 gold to stay through the party and take us back home. But
That's right.
Okay.
having
okay.
now stayed the night, and if you're going to do some
No,
additional
that
work
that
for
wasn't
us,
that was not. It was 2 gold to go and 2 gold to stay and take you back. I stayed and I am taking you back. It was just longer than we were expecting,
Sure.
but that wasn't planned. Again, I'll be honest. I got a little rattled last night.
Yeah.
But okay, and I just I didn't want to misquote a second time.
No, of course, and thank you for your honesty and double checking. But if you'd like to stay in our employ for at least the next couple days, we can do that 2 gold per day if that would be reasonable. I don't know what your river fares are, but
You see when you say 2 gold per day, her eyes just kind of light up. That would
goes a long way.
it does. No, that would be. I would be happy to be on retainer for you for that.
I hope that's all right.
Yeah.
I suppose I should ask what this would entail. I'm
Oh.
talking to my friends.
I mean,
what
local
other
guide for sure.
Local guide, I could
That's
do
been
that.
That's the way to
helpful.
look at it. Yeah.
You're basically the guide to venture.
All right. Yeah, and I can do all of that.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My
And
pathways might stick towards the canals, so it might take
That's all right.
There might be some shortcuts that I don't know about, but I will be the best guide that I can be for you.
Sounds good.
We'll get those canals up and running as soon
I
as
bet they're
possible.
going to.
Yeah.
When you showed up with those flowers, even though there was no boat, I just knew something about you. Thank you.
Well, thank you. That means a lot.
Of course.
All right. Well, on that note, we shouldn't be too terribly far from the Tinker, so yeah, just a couple more blocks.
Thank you.
With
Thank
that,
you.
you see the hint of, as she turns to keep leading, just a massive smile on her
Yeah.
face.
Hmm.
When we get there, I'll hand the gold to her.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, it is not very long. 2 more blocks. You arrive at the Tired Tinker. Cindy steps aside as you hand her the gold. Thank you. I do. This means an awful lot to me. Should I wait here, or I've never done this job before. How would we like? How do?
Maybe go talk to your friends.
Yeah.
But
Right.
take the rest of the day off.
Oh,
You went
yeah.
above and beyond last night.
You can meet us back here around dinner time?
Back around dinner time, I'll go talk to my friends.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Perfect.
Sounds lovely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and I hope the rest of your day goes well. I will see you this evening. If you can think of anything else that you need,
I
let me know.
know how to get a hold of you if I need to.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And as she turns, she heads off.
Someone remember to give her 2 gold.
I
at the
got
end of the day.
She is a real one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go upstairs and
Yes.
listen to Nasti's closings now.
Yeah, I would also like to change.
As you enter,
Oh, Lord.
He left.
the door opens, and there's that same warm glow from the copper on the inside, and a star looking up from behind the counter. Says, "Well, I had wondered where you all went.
Yes.
Well-
Welcome back.
We got stuck.
We're stuck. Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to see that you have made it back safely.
Yep.
This
Us
place
To
feels like home
yeah.
here. So, thank you.
You're welcome. We have kept your rooms, just
Thank you.
in the assumption.
Yeah.
Thank you. We certainly would have much rather stayed here last night than
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
where we got stuck. But how's the temperament of your guests in the city with this new order?
Well, at this point, you are my only guests.
Oh.
Well, we'll certainly pay for the rooms, even though we didn't sleep in them last night. It's
Our
only
things
fair.
were in them.
Yeah.
On that note, and then I go right upstairs.
Yeah, I'll
And as-
follow.
The 3 of you head off. A letter arrived for you this morning.
Oh, for me.
Yes, I
Thank you.
believe so. I was told that to give this to the olden elf that was staying here.
And who delivered it?
They did not say. It looked pretty official.
I'll take it.
It is not signed. It is sealed in wax with no signet.
Okay.
I assume that is from your friends?
It's quite possible, yes.
You want a little privacy to read it, or
I think I shall retire.
let us know.
Will do.
I'll kind of head up. I don't know, separately or with Aaron, and do that awkward.
Oh no,
we're
I don't.
going
I
the
don't
same
care if you
direction.
follow. If it's an awkward like tandem thing, don't care. Eyes
Cool.
for my door.
And just a step or two behind Aaron, and we'll pot off to our room.
All right. As you all enter into your own room and begin changing back into your regular garb.
I'm gonna change back into the new clothes that I got.
Yes.
Oh, I'll also have taken my hammer that I had left in the cart.
Your emotional support hammer.
Yeah.
My emotional support.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to bring the
Back
cart
to
back.
the garage, yeah.
Oh,
We'll deal with it in a minute. We'll deal with it in a
We'll
minute.
handle it later, you know.
just
Okay.
left it outside.
I know. I did take Chauncey.
The wheels are gonna
but
be
we
off
just
of
left
it.
it. It's fine. Yeah. Okay.
I think Aaron's friends left a note for him.
Oh no.
He split off to his room and he seemed serious.
Okay.
But I
Guess
was
we'll
expecting a person, so
Yeah,
I guess
same.
we'll take a note.
I mean, obviously, people are here, but whether they're the people that were sent by Aaron's message or not, I don't know.
I'm not sure if I was looking forward to their support or anxious of their questions.
Yeah, I'm not excited about it.
A bit of relief, a bit of anxiety.
Yeah.
That was a lot last night. Are you alright? I have practice in that situation.
I was so embarrassed once he thought.
It's okay. Yeah, me too.
And not having anything to do with you, I just,
No,
that was
you're
not.
great,
I
of course,
just
of
need.
course. I understand. No, it's a lot to be projected upon.
Yeah. He is lovely, and I know that he means well. He is just not a personality that I get along with or really know what to do with. So,
Yeah. And I threw away an entire life to get away from that kind of personality, so I feel you.
yeah.
I am very grateful for our partnership, and the form it does exist. Not in his way, but
Same. Yeah. It was a lot, but, it's fine.
I can't believe you put those pieces together before I did, though. I'm very proud.
Thank you. I don't know. I just couldn't help but think about it. Just something pinged.
I think I was too distracted with the situation and the circumstance and the pomp.
Yeah.
But I think you're very smart, Andy.
Thank you.
Very talented, and well, I don't know if I hope you're right or wrong about this, but I'm grateful to
I-
have a thread to follow again.
I don't either, but we'll see what happens. I guess this is part of what we were sent out to do, so.
Yeah. I think we need to be smart about how we approach Locke and all of that, and I think we might have a good cover.
Yeah. Maybe I should stay away.
I don't know. I think maybe you should be the one doing the talking in this.
Well, then Chauncey probably shouldn't be with us.
Unless Chauncey gives us a distraction.
I guess it's something that he'd be interested in. I just feel like then it's so clear
You're right.
what I do.
Bogdan's workshop's not too far from the bridge.
That's true. I can go visit Zachary.
See if Bogdan woke up.
Yeah, probably good. Maybe I'll go stay there and help them out for a little while you all check that out.
Or we could drop Chauncey, and
That too.
I think you're more well versed in the magical items that he might have.
Maybe.
I'd just be a looky-loo. Although maybe we see what Aaron's note holds first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as the door closes,
Oh
in my room,
no. I'm so scared.
Yeah.
I'm going to inspect every nook and cranny of my room for anything that's out of place.
Okay.
I want to inspect the windows. I want to inspect the door frames. Has anybody been in here before me?
Give me an investigation check.
Paranoid serious boy.
Making me paranoid.
I know.
Investigation. That's a 11.
Looking about, as you approach the door, you've gotten used to, as a door is closed, you remember how you've left it.
Mm-hmm.
You reach for the handle, doesn't appear any looser, and as you open, immediately scanning about, everything seems exactly where it was left.
Okay.
You head to the window, and you recall precisely how closed it was. It hasn't closed any, or it hasn't been opened.
Okay.
Your
Detect
belonging-
magic.
Detect magic is up.
Once a day for free. I'm using it now.
Aside from the objects on your person,
Mm-hmm.
and you do get a little bit through the walls, but
Yeah.
you recall them as your companions.
Mhm.
Nothing pops up.
As I remove the dress sash that I wore to dinner last night, I will kind of deftly twiddle the dagger in my hand and ever so gently peel the seal from the wax.
Okay.
I hate this.
And I will read it. If nothing
It is
explodes.
very simple. As you fold it open,
Mhm.
the words handwritten in the very center, and it just reads 102 West 4th Ring. Immediately.
Okay. I will grab my rapier. I will latch it to my belt. And I will head out the window.
Out the window?
Okay. Are you just
We don't get.
hopping right out, or
Yeah, no,
'cause
just
you-
window open.
okay?
Do I hear this?
We're about to find out. Give me your choice of acrobatics or athletics. Are you? If you're
I
leaping out,
love
I'm guessing
Aaron.
you're tucking and rolling.
I'm
or-
trying to Assassin's Creed this shit. Like, like just out, down.
We just fixed that cart.
Fall
Hold on,
right
let
on
me
the
see
card.
where your window is.
Yeah,
Fine,
Just
I
put it in
can
hay
fix
and
it
it
again.
Yeah. Oh, Aaron.
The cart's only a soft landing if it's full of
I
hay.
look up, see the windows open. Go, Aaron. Okay. Aaron's
That-
jumping out of windows again.
You know, if you find yourself jumping out of windows frequently, maybe try Stamina Potion from the sponsor of Melos Machina, Cantrip Candles. Notes of peppercorn, thyme, and just overall vibes.
It's
Vibes.
the audacity.
It is the audacity. Aaron's audacity.
Coming soon.
Yeah.
So as you open the window, yours is you're on one of the corner rooms that is the window overlooks the canal, and you can actually see.
Okay.
The cart is not directly beneath you, but it is over off to the side.
Okay.
So we'll be jumping from the second floor,
Mhm.
basically onto the main street.
Okay.
Second floor isn't too.
In that quick glance, well, actually no, you're just jumping out.
No.
No quick glance.
Did you do athletic or acrobatics?
Let's go ahead and do acrobatics. Yeah.
Okay.
That is an 18.
An 18. Yeah, as the window opens, you leap out, and you tuck and roll quite deftly.
Silently.
You take no falling damage.
Yes.
And as you look about, there is no one else on the street that has observed you doing this.
Okay.
Rogue shit.
I will. I will head back around the front of the building and kind of like base myself, like orient with like the tinker to my back, do I immediately have any sense of direction of where the fourth ring might be? Based on how much we've traversed the city yet, like there's a lot of geography that's hard to track without an actual map.
Yeah.
For me, RJ, but like
You've gone over multiple bridges,
Yeah.
and you do know based on previous directions that the rings do refer to essentially the canals.
okay.
So you can make assumptions off of that.
Yeah, I will just do my best. I don't want to ask for directions just yet, but I will do my best to navigate towards this address unassisted.
All right. In that case, go ahead and give me a survival check.
Not great. I will use a side bolster knack to bump that up.
Okay.
Okay, it's a 12.
12. As you begin to cross bridge after bridge after bridges, you have passed the third ring, or the third canal. From where you are at the Tired Tinker, it has taken you first across the small one that is directly in front of you that you have seen now every time that you have left. You've crossed then the massive canal that cuts through, like the direct line into the city itself. And you go from housing district to what feels more like a little more of a middle class residential, as opposed to that, like the housing and industrial that you had been in before.
Okay.
Eventually, as you pass the third ring, you look beyond and you see that there's simply the wall ahead of you. You keep going, and eventually that you find what appears to be the fourth ring goes right up against the outer wall. On this side, on the intersection of the city, there are still rows upon rows of streets and buildings. And as you scan left and right, you see that there are occasionally bridges that lead to little spits of land on the other side of the fourth wall as well. But it is not nearly as continuous as the streets on this side. It appears as though the outer canal and the wall merge away from themselves in places that then offer sections of ground where buildings have been constructed.
Okay. Are there any building numbers that are rightly visible?
In your immediate vicinity, yeah, you are able to find numbers etched in. They're pretty simple, marked with brass or carved into a stone slab that has been mounted as a brick.
Okay. What's the first one in front of me?
You appear to be at 80.
Okay. Are they kind of like... Is like the... I'm guessing they're not on a grid system out here?
Very much not.
Yeah. So, okay.
You have figured that the streets do try to grid as much as possible, but it is a grid that has been laid on top of a circle within a circle within a circle
Yeah.
that is occasionally pushed in odd
Okay.
directions.
I'm just saying, like, if it's not all 80s and then all 90s and then all...
No, as you look down,
Yeah.
you see 80, 81,
Okay.
83.
Yeah, I will continue hunting for 102.
As you keep going, you get to the 90s, a couple blocks down, and you get to 100. And then it jumps 101, 103, 105, And as you look across, you see that there are a collection of 3 small houses that are pushed right up against the wall. And from here, with your eyes, you can see 102, 104, and 106.
A triplex?
They're all separate.
Oh, okay. Is there anybody else milling about? Any bystanders? Anybody like peeking out the window as I walk down the street?
And there are people out and about, but give me a perception check.
That is a 13.
13. You see people seem to be going about their days.
Okay.
No one seems to be paying much of attention to you. Maybe an occasional glance, but you don't see anyone making you.
Okay. I'll walk up to 102.
All right. Heading up the way quite a bit to get to a bridge to cross. You eventually are able. You backtrack, and 102 of the 3 is pushed right up and away. There's a small path that is leading to it, wide enough for a cart. You see, it appears to be a moderate-sized home that has a couple of windows and a door.
Do I see any thieves' cant hidden in the architecture? Any in the way I would have left River's Meet?
Give me an investigation.
28.
Oh.
Inspecting around the outside, you can see that the windows, though the shutters are open, the blinds are closed. And as you approach the front door, you are quite adept at discerning a small symbol that denotes a safe house.
I'll walk up and I'll just try the handle.
It appears to be locked.
I'll give the softest knock that I can muster.
Sure. There's no immediate response. You hear no footprints.
One last look around. Is anyone looking?
Doesn't
Anyone
look like it.
within 50 yards of me?
Doesn't appear so.
Okay, I'm gonna pick the lock.
Go ahead.
Sleight of hand, right? It's been a while since. Oh!
Buddy.
It's a 1.
For a total of?
Well, I have to make decisions. Because I have proficiency.
Portent?
You
I can't do portent after
Oh.
a roll, yeah.
you have proficiency in thieves' tools, correct?
Yes.
Because I believe these days it's
Oh.
a sleight of hand check, and if you have proficiency in thieves' tools, you just get it at advantage.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, wow,
I
that's
do
great.
have proficiency in thieves' tools.
Well,
Thank you
that's
for reminding me that,
so
GM.
I need to
Great.
double check that with 2024, but I think these
Blech.
days,
I
if
think
you're,
that's a great
if
rule.
you're
you
proficient with
know,
the tool,
I think that rule sounds great.
I don't know,
That roll
Toolmaster,
sounds-
what is
I think
That roll sounds
that
perfect.
sounds perfect.
I believe
Alright.
I recall reading that, and if I am wrong, well, enjoy your free.
In
Free advantage.
2024,
advantage.
everything is advantage.
Every roll.
Bird.
Perfect.
That's another one!
Oh.
Wow.
The
Dice
dice have
Our
spoken.
partner
I really want to tell a story right now.
Yeah.
Now I believe in the 2024 rule.
That means you're double fucked.
Oh, man.
Confirming that is how it works now.
Sick. Okay, well, yeah, let's try and bump that up. Oh man. I use another side bolstered knack.
Okay.
Okay, that at least brings it to an 11. 12. Cause nerves.
It's all good.
Yeah.
You had to beat a 10.
Yeah. I was hoping I would
Yay,
at least
being
get
good
there.
at stuff.
Yeah.
As you reach down, there is a shaking that you have
Mhm.
of what this might mean. And at first, as you're doing it, I've done this before. I know what I'm doing. And then there's that moment of clarity as you hear a brief melody, and the door opens.
Out of practice. I'll open the door.
Inside, you see a well-maintained and put-together simple room. To the left is a small kitchenette and a fireplace. Directly ahead, you see 3 doors that seem to lead into smaller rooms, and another door to the wall to the right, as well as a few windows that appear to show a garden to the outside. The room itself is about 25 feet wide by about 30 feet long. Directly to your right, you see a table with 2 chairs that have been pushed in, but resting on the table is an almost identical
Scavenger
envelope.
hunt.
Okay. I will close the door behind me, lock it. I want to case every room.
Mm-hmm.
Look for anything else, any bodies,
Sure.
any other persons that might be here.
Dead or alive.
Yeah.
As you go to the first room, you
Uh-huh.
open the door and you see what looks like a small bedroom. There's a single bed, and to the left, a desk to the right, and a window to the outside. The second room appears to be a small storage and workspace, about 20 feet by 10 feet. Has a couple of barrels and a bench. The last door leads into, as soon as you open it, there's a waft of stale hay. And looking in, you can see a small stable. It seems large enough to fit a horse and its carriage.
Okay.
And the last door that you check does indeed lead to the outside. As you open it, it leads into a small garden, roughly 10 feet wide by about 30 feet long, that is essentially a small alleyway between, as it is pushed right up to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
To your left is windows to the stable. Directly ahead is the wall, and to your right is a large wall that has been constructed as part of the house. Seems like a incredibly private garden courtyard.
Okay.
Couple of decorative bushes and a large tree with a chair directly under it. It's like an outdoor bench-like chair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Head back inside. And I'll head back to the front room with the letter. I'll unseal it.
But
It reads, "Enter the courtyard. Transmit. Wait. Report."
I follow the instructions. I'll walk back out to the garden. I'll have a seat on the bench. And I'll almost enter in almost in a trance-like state. Like I'm about to go to sleep, but just steadying my breathing, focusing in on the communication that is expected of me. I'll reach into my pocket for my transmitter stone, and I'll engage.
How long does detect magic last?
Not
10
long.
minutes, I
Yeah.
think.
Well, hold on.
Everybody.
do we all have detect magic?
Yeah, up to 10 minutes.
Up to 10
Yeah.
minutes. Okay.
I've done a lot of it.
As you use your stone,
Mhm.
you know the message has been sent.
Mhm.
There is no response. For the sake of this, we'll say you're on the last edges of detect magic, which retroactively I should let you know. The entire home emanates abjuration. The courtyard does not. And shortly after you ping, you see a small sphere of divination appear. And you know this as a source of scrying.
Okay. Can I wait? Just kind of peek up at it. Give us tiniest smile of recognition. I think as I'm kind of piecing together what to say, I've never before felt like I really needed to beg for help. But with the sincerity that the Order is taking this attack, that sense of kind of helplessness almost bubbles up into my message, but I'm able to like stymie that panic, because this is growing faster than I can manage. So with the steadiest voice that I can, if the scrying sphere is still visible, I'll just say, slight progress on the events from last night. It's difficult to locate where the cultists have disappeared to. They seem to have escaped through vegetation of some sort beneath the flow forge. And apparently their magic goes beyond my knowledge or expertise in pursuit. In regards to the contraband that was suspected in River's Meat, I believe I have a lead on its origins here in Venture, but I am piecing together a plan to confront its supplier. I wish I had more, but that is all I have.
As you finish, you hear a voice in your mind, familiar to you. Well done. Now that we are here, we will take care of the populace. Use this house as you see fit. And there's a pause before the voice returns. Investigate and hunt all remaining dissonance. Oh, and remember to be discreet, Aaron.
I'll stand up. That last line kind of stung. And as quickly as I came in, I'll grab any remaining paperwork. But before I go, there was a hidden cupboard in the previous safe house I was at.
Mhm.
Is there a similar one here in the kitchen?
Looking in the kitchen, the structure of it is a little bit different,
Mm-hmm.
but you have a sense of where it might be. Go ahead and give me an investigation.
25.
25. There are no cabinets for false bottoms in this one. It seems to be all laid out, but you pull out the drawers of the like the main cutting area.
Mhm.
Both have tools in them, but you realize that the drawers themselves are much deeper than the interior. And as you remove some of the tools and give a quick press onto one of them, a false bottom pops up. Inside are 2 small vials of a red liquid.
Ooh. Okay. Do they have any type of arcane inscription or any type of symbology that might indicate what they're used for?
There's a little bit around the cork on the bottom, like right where the lip is.
Mhm.
There's a small bit of scrolling,
Okay.
and you recognize the depiction on these. These are health potions.
Cool. Okay. Slip those away. As discreetly as I can, I'll head out the front door and retrace my steps,
All right.
making sure I left it just as untouched as when I arrived.
Okay. As you make your way back to the Tired Tinker, the rest of you, as you are changing back into your regular streetwear,
I so badly want to be like, hey, so Erin should be reading that letter.
It's a really long
Should we go?
letter.
as you
I-
have finished up getting ready, you one by one go to meet each other.
Knock on his door.
There is no Aaron.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe he went to go meet whoever he was going to go meet.
I guess.
Maybe so. I was under the impression there was not a meeting and it was just a letter, but
Yeah. I thought he'd maybe tell us, but
Oh, it's Aaron.
I know. I guess
That's
that was
fair.
wishful thinking. Okay. Do we want to? I feel like he should be with us. Should we just wait for him downstairs?
Listen, either he's gonna be back, or it's a new mission to find Aaron.
We could wait a few minutes and then see, and if he doesn't, then we could go try to find him.
Yeah. Let's wait for a little, at least.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really want to go drop in on lock without everybody.
No.
Especially not if he is talking to whoever he's talking
Oh,
to. I
may-
don't want to interrupt.
Maybe we take the cart back and then we'll come back and
Yeah. And at least we're just stirring basically an empty cart
yeah.
now instead of one with ale, cider.
Yeah.
Okay, we could do that. Do
Yeah.
you?
We also don't really need it anymore. We could try to sell it or something.
We could try to sell it. Do we need it for the... And I like
Oh.
nod to our bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should.
You know
hold on to
what?
it.
Yeah.
I actually might have a way to store that.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Elaborate.
I might be able to create something that could hold it unconspicuously.
That would be great.
But
I
wouldn't
don't.
we still
Above
need-
table, would it be the same weight?
You know, with this device that you have made, anything that you put in there, the weight is
It's
negated.
just a bag.
Yeah.
But wouldn't we still need a cart to put the...
Nope.
Do you have this
We
with
could
you?
just carry it. I can make it.
I think before we go anywhere else, if we could do that, because we were trying to figure out like a box.
I'm just sort of... the body goes in this container, but we don't need a box the size of the thing.
Can I maybe roll Arcana to see if I'm picking up on what maybe this
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
this contraption might be? Because I know.
Mhm.
So it's Finn. That is a very good roll. Well, it's not a good roll, but with my plus 10 Arcana, it's an 18.
Yes, absolutely. You know, one of the more useful tools that conservators are able to design. One of the earliest designs was the bag of holding.
Right. So if I'm picking up what you're putting down, it's bigger on the inside, kind of thing. A pocket dimension of sorts. That.
Oh, what?
How long have you been able to do that? Because that is probably a much more secure way to transport the crackerjack as well.
Yeah.
We could have just been putting this in.
Well,
the whole
it was.
time.
It's a new thing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's. Can you do that right now, or do you need like a night?
I mean, sure. If you all. I don't.
I don't know what that
I can't remember
I'll look up for you.
because
I'm
it's.
pretty
I
sure
have
it's
the.
after a long rest. If artificer. didn't
Yeah, I've
change,
been
but-
thinking
Well-
about it for a while. I just forgot about it. So I guess it's whether we decide that.
Because you've learned the infusion, but you haven't made it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do believe. I'll look up the exact.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's a long rest.
rest.
But if I find something different, I
Cool.
will let you know.
Thank you. Yeah, it might be a overnight.
I mean,
type of thing.
I don't think we're going anywhere soon, so. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think we're allowed to leave the city at all.
So I'll make it tonight.
Will it fit in the openings?
Yeah. Do we have to like? How does this work? Are we just gonna like shove it in there?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
I guess we could chop it into pieces if
I,
we had
No, I
that's
to.
don't think
not
we should
I
do
don't
that.
think we
necessary. No,
But
we
also-
should not do that.
Nope, I don't think there's any questions I can ask that are going to get me any answers that actually make sense to me. I'm just gonna...
This one's
Mhm.
even beyond me. Throughout the outside of the principal, I don't know how it works. So.
Okay.
I'm just not gonna ask any questions. I trust that you know how to do your job.
Thanks. I don't fully understand it like that. It's gonna take me. I just need to. I know it's a thing, and I know that I can make it.
Do you need anything for it? Or do
I
you have
don't
what you
think-
have?
I don't think so. I don't There aren't. I don't think so.
Can you just
Okay.
like turn any bag into it, or do you just make it from scratch, or?
Can you make it into this bag? I just hold up the bag. This bag?
So
Does it, or does it any bag? Does it... I just don't understand how this works.
You just take the pocket dimension, you just put it in the bag.
No, see, that's where you're losing me. It's those words right there.
Look,
Yeah.
I know it's possible, and I
Uh-huh.
haven't fully looked into it.
You know how
So,
a musical chord, it sounds like just one sound,
Sounds like multiple sounds together, but yeah.
but really it's a combination of many sounds that form the one sound.
That goes in a pocket.
That the chord is the bag, and the notes are the contents of the
pocket
bag.
dimension.
Uh-huh. You know, you do your thing,
Cool.
I'm
and
going
we'll
to
just
stop
keep
asking
hitting
questions.
things
I'm
with our
good.
sticks.
Yep. That sounds great.
Does Chauncey have like a hidden hatch that we could just like...
No, that would be cool.
That'd be
though.
really cool.
Can Chauncey go in the bag?
That's a great question. I don't know
He's
if I want to
very
think about
large.
that. He's rather heavy, and also I don't.
Would he be sad in the bag? I would
Yeah,
not
and
want to be
I
in the
don't
bag.
want to put him in the bag.
That's
Okay.
fair. That's fair. He's just
Could I
very
go into the
conspicuous.
bag?
We do have the problem with the
Don't want to
Chauncey
go into the bag.
being a giant metal.
Right, I have other ways,
Okay, all right.
and things I also need to look into to figure that
Okay.
out. We talked about this.
We did a little bit. Yeah. Now I'm not suggesting we just put Chauncey in a bag for
No,
That's
no.
not.
No, I also do, like. I know it's I just don't want him in the bag with the dangerous things.
That's fair. That's also fair. Yeah.
Like looking around because I just said dangerous things out loud.
Like knives are dangerous.
Right, knife, sharp
We're gonna put so many knives in this
things.
bag.
So many knives.
I'm gonna try Aaron's door again. Like, even though we've been talking loudly, just like
Outside the door.
thunk, 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 thunk.
I mean, no, we were told no one else is here,
There's
so
no response.
I'm just gonna try the door. Did you lock it?
Yes.
Okay, well, he'll be back.
back.
It's fine.
I mean,
I'd like to say that he would, not leave without saying goodbye, but somehow
I don't know if he wouldn't. I don't trust a single person out there right now. Besides, like, you all. I don't want him to die.
Well,
Sorry, I know that went dark real quick.
I'm
I
sure
know,
he's
but
feeling
okay.
it's scary.
if he's with his friends, he's not going to die.
But is
Are they
he?
really his friends, though?
I
He
think
seemed
it's a cardamom.
a cop. You think so?
Well, he knows one.
Okay.
Now he knows two.
It's the one from Sarah's Manor, he says.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's who he's talking to. But how many important people could one person know? I don't know.
Aaron is old.
I know.
I mean, he's gotten this far, I suppose. His age is kind of proof that he knows how to survive.
The guy downstairs actually called him old. It was quite offensive.
He did what?
Said something about the older elf.
I mean,
I suppose it's a compliment to
we
you
are
two.
traveling with 3 elves, so I guess you have
If
to
you
be
had to,
specific.
What about
He
the-
might
the
have
fancy
might
elf?
have just said elf, and Nestor could have been like, "Well, there
Which
are
one?
3 elves here."
Talk
Which
Talk about the
one?
old one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Like-
I meant that they were comparing. It means that they are aware of all of us, doesn't
Oh,
it?
Oh,
I'm sure they're aware of all of us.
Yeah. I
We're
mean,
not that inconspicuous.
No, nor have we tried to be really.
I mean, I've been rolling around talking to overseers and cardinals.
Speaking of,
What?
I know you're trying to blend in.
Mm-hmm.
While I don't like that you feel that you have to, I do think it's a smart choice.
I it's, I got an orange scarf though. I could have gotten a gray
It's your
one, but I
favorite
wanted to get
color.
an orange one. 'Cause this is my favorite color.
It looks good on you.
I'm
Yeah.
worried that it doesn't blend in very much, but I like it. So,
Well, it suits you.
thank you.
But I think we should all try a little bit better to not stand out so much. I know Chauncey's gonna be his whole thing, and I think that's fine.
As you look down, he just looks up at you.
I pat him. I know he's not got any fur, but I kind of do a little scritch.
Let's maybe. Aaron's clearly not here. Let's take it into one of the rooms, perhaps.
Yeah.
Probably, although no one's here. But sure,
I mean, Nestar's here,
right.
but
I'll just gesture to our room and pop the door open and hold it open and kind of usher everybody inside. We were discussing plan of attack with how we want to approach Locke, and
Oh yeah.
well, he doesn't know any one of us.
right,
No.
and that's to our advantage currently. And
I think we were just discussing in the end. I think Chauncey would be a good start of conversation with him, but he also does give away what I do.
Will his guard go up, or will his interest
Peak.
yeah.
I mean, he certainly prides himself on exciting, hard to get, interesting gifts.
I think you should go in with Chauncey personally, but I don't think that maybe I'm a person who I just think Chauncey's kind of cool, and if he likes
I
mean
mean,
things,
he is cool.
then you
He's
know
cool.
maybe he'll be interested. But I also don't know what I'm talking about.
Maybe we should ask Aaron.
Yeah.
It
If
would
only
be
he was
really
here.
great
I
if we
know.
could ask Aaron these questions.
Aaron, if you had to wait, no.
Does he jump
As
in
you-
back through the window?
This is the question. As you return, how do you want to go about coming back?
Window, window.
Both choices are interesting. This is- makes it fun. No, I don't think I want to draw suspicion by trying to climb up a window.
Just jumping out of one.
That is
He
plausible.
did it. No one saw.
Anybody who walking by is like, oh, just doesn't want to use the stairs. Like climbing up into the window.
Says the guy who jumped off of a cliff.
Normal things. Normal
So as you
things.
I'll go
Turn.
back in through the front.
The cart is there, and you
Uh-huh.
open the door.
I'll go back in through the front.
Nistar is
Uh-huh.
behind the counter and gives there's a moment of almost like, I didn't see you leave. But he nods.
Uh-huh.
Um,
And I'll walk back up. Softly. I know we're the only ones here, so any creaking floorboards or sounds of boots on wood would draw attention if anybody was in the hallway.
As we're all yelling, we really wish Aaron was here.
I'll stop like halfway up and kind of ponder a moment how that might have gone over for you folks. My abrupt disappearance, but yeah, I'll just kind of steady myself and walk back up to the landing. If anyone's there,
I think they're
See
all
me
in.
back
We're in our room.
Okay.
Yeah, all four of us.
okay.
I do imagine you hear
You can hear
us.
murmurs.
I was saying, yeah, my old suss out.
And my ears are like,
Uh huh. I'll walk
Rabbit.
over to their room and just give it a light.
Ah!
I wonder who it could be. Just open the door.
Good long read, Aaron.
Yes.
Really, transporting. Really take you some places.
They're here.
What does that mean?
I'll walk in. I'll close the door. They're doing their work. We don't have to worry about much from them.
I
Okay.
love that you're confident in your higher ups' jobs. Who are they? What are they doing?
Where did you go?
Sorry, we knocked on your door and
Yeah.
you didn't answer.
A few
so-
times.
My relationship with is quite tight, and when I asked for assistance, I knew that doing so would require certain behavior of mine. I said, predictably, that should they need me, they would summon, and they did. So I was able to rendezvous privately and did my best to update them on the night's proceedings discreetly, as much as I felt was relevant, though I still think there is a lot that I have to handle on my own, on our own.
Okay.
So,
And those expectations of you, have they changed?
oh, how do you mean?
Do you have new marching orders, or where do we go from here, I suppose?
I think Lark is our direction.
Okay.
Excellent.
Did they say anything about us? Are we okay?
No, I hope you're not offended, but you have not been discussed at
No,
all.
no. I just wanted to, I guess, make sure we weren't in trouble for
Yes,
anything.
a relief, honestly.
Yeah.
If anything, I think you have the power to pursue this with even more direction.
Okay.
Okay.
I was worried they were sending our replacements, to be
Yeah.
quite honest.
Question for
Mhm.
you, because we can't seem to figure out what the right thing is.
Mm.
If we go to see Lark, I feel like Chauncey would be a good point of conversation with a man that likes things that are unique, but it also
Tips our
gives,
hand.
us away a little.
Well, I think, yes, gauging his reaction to such
I guess that's true.
Well,
That would be telling.
will be the tell. If he's the type of individual who flushes at the sight of a conservator,
Okay.
then it might be cause for concern.
Okay.
In that case, I don't think we should blow everyone's cover in one go. I think
I guess that's true.
if we want to open with Chauncey, we do, but then you're blown if he puts two and two together.
Yeah. So, should it just be me and Erin that go?
I think that a conservator without the law keeper is far less of a thing to be defensive of. As much as
Yeah.
I hate to not be there.
Okay.
It could be around the corner in case
Yeah.
we need to.
Oh, we
You-
will be around
Sure.
the corner. I don't think we want to do anything recklessly.
There is a way. There's a way.
What?
You haven't seen this yet. It's okay. I'm going to set Pal in the center of the room on the floor,
Oh.
and I'm going to manifest mind.
As
I-
the light shards. Yeah. Good morning.
I
Good
kind
morning,
of
pal.
put my hand on Duathi's shoulder because I know she's about to freak out.
Yeah, so don't freak out. You remember I said something weird? I asked if you heard that, Duathi. Yeah, this is Pal. Everybody say hi to Pal. Pal will say hi back, but only I'll hear.
Yeah, I
Oh.
was gonna
You
say.
look at the
you
face.
Can talk.
It scans and looks at all of you. For a moment, there's a nod, and then it looks back.
You can talk to Pal. You will see Pal. Pal will hear you. You will not be able to hear Pal.
And importantly, I'm pretty sure if Pal sticks with you and I stay close enough, I can see and hear what Pal sees and hears.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done any testing yet, so I'm not sure the range, I'm not sure the strength of the signal, but
Good test for floating face.
Is that alive?
this is Pal.
Didn't answer the question.
Don't know the answer to that question.
Is Pal like Chauncey?
I think a lot more like Chauncey than any of us initially thought.
Yeah,
gonna
apparently.
Put my hand through it.
I
Does
did
it?
that too.
As your hand goes through it, the light scatters and flickers, but then immediately reforms, almost
Yes.
as if you've created static where it was.
Does it
Feels
feel
like
different than the
nothing.
air? Okay.
Feels like nothing at all.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
weird.
I.
Okay.
You know what? That is. You know, we have other things to do.
Yep.
Wait, but how? It's like this is also quite conspicuous.
Well, yeah, but
Does
maybe
he-
we can.
Do they have to look like that for them to so it can hear so you can hear through it?
These are all great questions. I'd love to find out the answers
Mhm.
to together.
There's our in.
Okay. Cool.
But
I love how off the rails that just everyone has things that they can do and secrets to keep and people that they don't know and run off places that they could get themselves killed.
to be fair, this is brand new. I figured it out yesterday, and it's been. Well, I showed these two, and I would have shown you, but there was no opportunity.
Yeah, there wasn't.
This is new. What it does confirm, though, is I'm not crazy. I
Well,
think
we still can't hear what you hear.
that's true.
So, jury's out on that one.
You
Yeah.
see, you hear it. I believe you.
Mm-hmm.
Finn, where did you get this book?
It's the lawkeeper's official requisition. This is my tool.
Okay, I said I wasn't going to ask this. I'm going to ask it anyway. Tell me if I'm wrong about this. And no offense meant Pal or to Chauncey. And I pat Chauncey on the head a little bit. No offense to either of you. But that day you told me about how the world got really bad and there was that the Ashen Veil thing.
Mhm.
And didn't you all say that it was the
The Pals and the Chaunceys? Certainly not just the Pals and the Chaunceys, although the automatons, yeah. As far as I'm aware, the lawkeepers did not know that this would happen. This was
Yeah.
not part of the training or part of the instructions.
I don't know about that, but the Chaunceys have always existed. It's well, not always, but the old machines are not frowned upon as much as making new ones.
Chauncey had a
is.
very specific function
But
pre the Ashen
before.
Veil. Just
But-
to drill. Certainly not to bring about the apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Well, how do you know the difference?
Which I guess we don't.
I mean
I don't
that's
think we
where
ever
you
do
just
philosophy, but
put. It's if you trust the order, I guess.
Pal, do you have anything to say about all of this?
Oh gosh.
It is a lot.
It is a
Pin.
lot.
Unfortunately, the only answers I have are in me.
Right.
okay.
Pal doesn't know anything I don't know. Only what I've fed it, them, him. I don't know.
Pal's a book. Pal is Pal.
Pal's a sentient book.
Pal is Pal, and Chauncey is Chauncey, and we have two ends if we need it.
If there was a way to surround Chauncey with something, Pal, in this form, I don't know if he'll go in a backpack or, but I can listen in from afar potentially.
We can gauge Locke's morals by his assessment of Pal.
Or of Chauncey.
If
And-
Andy has discovered Pal in between Saros Manor and here, and is inquiring somebody of a magical mind,
I would much rather use the thing that people are aware of its existence than out Pal like that.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. Chauncey is a thing that was fully sanctioned by the order. We're not sure they know Pal can do this.
The Conservators sent Chauncey in this form
Yeah.
with Andy. The Conservators did not send this, or the Lawkeepers, excuse me. I am very, very hesitant for anybody to see Pal in this form, including Orp.
if you want to put yourself in the mind of a criminal, like we suspect Locke might be, then you might have to take a chance.
I'll take the chance of seeing a Pal go in a backpack. That's a lot to ask, Aaron.
We're dealing with a man who potentially blew up an individual in Riversmeet.
And we potentially have other avenues, several other avenues to pursue first before it comes to this. I was merely suggesting another means of surveillance, not another inn. We have our inn.
Yeah.
Contingencies.
Could
Forgive me.
you do the link?
Certainly.
That's a way to communicate. You wouldn't be able to see what's going on, but if something goes south, we can at least call on you.
True. I think
I mean, I agree with both of you, but I think I don't know. I think it's too much and too like we don't know enough about Pal.
yeah. I can't risk it. Not yet. I'm not even sure about that whole backpack idea. It's probably a terrible one.
I mean, it's
A book's a book.
yeah.
Stashed under my arm and
Well, a book with a floating head. You
Right. It's
probably
the
can't
face that
hide
I'm
it.
worried about. It's
I understand.
I can't see through the book unless
Oh.
right.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, if it was just the book, sure.
I'm gonna
Actually,
talk at Pal. Just be like, Pal, can you make yourself look less obvious?
As Pal turns and looks at you, looks back. I think this is my form.
I think it's a perfect form, pal, and it'll do.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's a no.
I mean, since, you know, I touched Pal as well the first time I saw them, I feel like that would float out of the backpack.
It'd be hard to
It's-
coordinate.
Nothing.
Yeah, because it doesn't.
All right.
Corporeal things don't really.
So the two of you go in
Yeah.
to see Lark. We wait nearby,
With the link.
out of sight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Are you okay?
Aaron, are the people you called the people that are putting the city on lockdown? You said they're taking care of it. Those people say they're taking care of it. Are they the same people?
Quite possibly, yes.
Okay.
Are you concerned for your safety, Dorothy?
I mean, there's a giant death cult coming around and trying to destroy the city, and
A death cult
Everything.
that's seen each and every single one of us
I know.
now, at this point.
but you know, the last time we got involved in something like this, everyone, you know, thought they were going to get us into trouble because we were, you know, involved and outsiders, and
If they're here to ensure that the culprits were apprehended, we have direct confrontation with those culprits. I think we are the ones to be trusted in this matter. This is nothing like what happened with Captain Fieri and Rivers Meat.
Sure. I'm glad that you trust your people. But if we're going to be risking our lives continuously, following you and your job, we're gonna need some honesty and a little bit more than just close to the chest, Aaron.
And this is a lot more like the situation with Captain Fury than it is unlike it. We were the only witnesses to a horrific event,
We're some of the few people who've probably fought them and lived.
and we thought we trusted Captain Fury as well.
We thought we trusted Dr. Sada. And I know it's not been all that long, but we have literally saved each other's lives in the last few weeks. If you're gonna be cagey about your boss, I get it, but asking the rest of us to put our lives on the line without... just be safer and smarter. You really could have walked into a trap. And then what? We wait here until you don't come home? Go find you who knows where in Venture? The bottom of a dry canal?
Better than the wet one, I suppose.
It's dangerous now. We're all marked. We're all marked. Even us, we don't do anything with the Order. But they know who we are now. I'm just asking, if not for you, for the rest of us, let us know what's happening.
So sorry.
No, it's... Our paths have crossed.
I know, but you guys didn't ask for this.
We didn't ask for anything. We were on a walkabout after I found this one.
No. Dorothy, if you don't feel safe, you can stay here.
No. It's okay. I'm going to be okay. I will go with you. It's okay.
Okay.
I know our reach only goes so far, but as far as Andy and I are concerned, we will vouch for you as far as our lives can take that.
Okay.
And Aaron, I know you have your secrets, and I have more reason to trust you than Iken does, but some answers would be nice, especially now that we've shared. This could cost me everything.
That I know.
And I'll just gesture and put Pal away. I do trust you. I do not trust anybody outside of this room.
Cornwall threatened the very fabric of the Melos last night. And I took that quite personally. The Order of the Melos brought healing to a world that needed it. Like it or not, they were the ones who provided, who educated, who rebuilt the world after the fall of the Ashen Veil. My parents aided in expanding civilization to something palpable, something tangible, so that people could see their families again, could see the world beyond a city. Live long enough, like I have, I want to see the fruits of their labor flourish. So coming face to face with somebody who so desperately wants to see it all torn down is a little frightening. I've dedicated myself to ensuring that my parents' work doesn't go in vain. And that means undertaking certain things that only happen in closed doors.
You can only leave a legacy if you stay alive, Aaron.
I know.
And I understand that you're used to doing things alone. But We're a team now.
I understand. I have a place for us.
You do?
The letter that I received from the star was an address where we might be able to hide out if things get real bad.
Good.
It has a stable for the cart. We can take a keg of cider with us and drink until morning if things get really bad.
We left that at Lord Janub's.
We were also discussing if we should sell the cart. I have a way of making something that could hold bigger things but make them seem and feel smaller.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you do that.
Yeah, I have to read a little bit more, but
We have time.
yeah, I just feel like the cart is a big thing to carry around, and maybe it's not something that we need, and it's also something that we could get anywhere if we
Yes.
need it.
Yes.
So
This place, does it carry the same air of secrecy you do?
Not as much.
More than here? As in, I'm very uncomfortable having these conversations in such public settings, and it would be nice to have a more secluded place of refuge.
Yes, I do believe that there is a protective nature to its architecture.
With what we're dealing with, honestly, I'd be more comfortable somewhere where not just anybody can wander in.
We've made our presence here at the Tire Tinkerer quite known.
yeah,
Maybe stay here a night so you
One
can do
more
your thing.
night.
You're not gonna like rip a hole
No,
in the.
it's fine. I promise.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Let's focus on Lark. Get all that going, and we'll cross the Death Cult Bridge when we get to that one eventually.
Let's cross the bridge in 2 groups.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I think it's the best plan we can muster.
Where,
You, Aaron.
yeah,
Chauncey.
where will you all be? Like a couple stores down?
There were some areas to hang out.
I'll show you the I can show you, Dorothy, the bridge and the
Yeah.
repairs and recount the tale.
Yeah, you didn't have to take. It was kind of sketchy. It's fine. It was remarkable. Maybe we can even help a little bit.
It's way less sketchy now.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
All right.
One more thing, if you don't mind, folks.
Cool.
Of course.
It's becoming clear to me that the work that I need to do from here on out is it's going to require a lot of guessing. I'm literally up against the edge of all knowledge that we're going on. So, I'll share as much as I can as we proceed forward, but sometimes you just have to take a stab in the dark and see where it lands, unfortunately, and until you figure out who says ouch, you don't know what you're doing.
Aaron, you brilliant idiot. You have some other very capable, smart people. You're not alone against this.
And as long as it's not one of us saying ouch. I think
As long as it's not one of us.
Agreed.
The rest of us can probably take it.
That's why I gave you that spell, Finn.
right. Thank you for your honesty. And we're all just taking stabs in the dark here.
Yeah.
But good thing you have
Constantly.
with you a seeker and preserver of knowledge as you travel the edge of it. You're in good company.
Dorothy, Locke might have a map of the region if you're interested.
Seems like the type of person that might.
I would be very interested in the map.
We'll keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Like
well,
maybe that could be our first introduction.
Yeah.
That would be very kind of both of you.
Of
Thank you.
course.
I would very much like a map.
It's the only way we're gonna get you home. I don't know. We could just keep walking about.
I do really want to see Sterl's Manor.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I guess
Let's
all that's
go.
left is to pursue this thread.
Sure.
So, are we staying here tonight? We're staying here tonight.
I think yes. I
We'll
think
settle up with Nestar and Cindy. We're
Yeah,
employing
I
half the
also-
town.
I also realized, sorry, above table, this time of year, is dinner time? Is it still light outside? Are we screwing over Cindy by asking her to come at dinner time? Because I
'Cause
thought
it's
about
like-
that right after.
Is
You're
it
fine.
spring or
Okay.
summer?
It is. It's in the summer.
Okay,
Yeah, I knew
great.
It was, I knew it was
Days are
warm.
long.
Great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I could
We'll
always
just
get
get
him as a
information and
job.
tell her to leave. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Let's
Yeah.
go.
to Lark's.
As you all leave and head downstairs, you see that a line has actually formed at the counter as Nistar is handing out keys to some apparent new tenants. As he sees you all go by, says, "Before you go, just confirming we are staying this evening?
One more night.
One more night. Excellent. And all of the rooms, yes?
Yes.
Yes,
And-
please.
Curfew. When should we be back?
I suppose before sundown.
Sundown. Okay. So we have a timeline.
Yeah.
Very good then. As the couple that he has handed a key to go upstairs, he gestures. Next, I can help you. Yes, a room for.
Looking at the people in line,
Yeah.
Mhm.
does it look like it's one large group? Is it looking like this is a bunch of disparate groups? Are they carrying a lot of stuff? Are these travelers or refugees or people who got
I was gonna ask that last
evacuated?
question.
Yeah.
Is it
Your
people
choice
who-
Official
of
business.
a investigation if you're looking at, about like what they're carrying, or an insight if you're looking at their demeanor.
The choice is insight.
Yeah. I don't know if I can assist or anything, but that's.
You
I'm
can do your
definitely-
own if you would like.
I would love to.
That is a 19.
19 on insight.
That is a 15.
15. Okay. Duathi, you were seeing some tired faces. Some people who maybe look like they haven't gotten an appropriate rest this evening. 15. You do see some people carrying luggage. It looks like these are people looking for places to stay in now, a place that they weren't supposed to be.
Displaced. Okay.
Cool. They're not a bunch of order guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second question.
Mhm.
Does I think I know the answer to this, but does it seem like Nestar is charging them?
It looks as though.
Is money being exchanged?
Give me a perception.
Did he want us to check out? God.
It's like it's past 3 p.m. actually.
Yeah, that's a 7.
7. You don't see any coin, and you didn't hear any as the keys were being passed. You aren't sure.
Okay. All right, let's go. What do we want to do with the cart in the meantime?
I don't think it'll make it across the bridge.
No, but should we bring it back to where we
Drop it back at the
stored it?
garage. And
Yeah.
then
I think it'll be easier than trying to find somebody to
But I
purchase it.
feel like before we travel too much farther, we should probably sell it
We could always just leave it there.
or just leave it. Who cares? Okay.
Sure.
Just leave it there. Okay.
So to the
Gonna
garage,
have a
drop off the
day.
cart,
Mm-hmm.
and then to the bridge.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
It is a quick trek back towards the garage. You see a same gentleman, no longer not seated this time, but leaning up against a post.
Oh.
Sees you coming with the cart and kind of gives a nod.
How much was it again?
Wasn't much.
Like a
It was
silver.
not much.
Was
No.
not much. I think it was like a few silver.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we'll call it 2 silver.
Cool.
Okay, I'll just
You got it?
slip him the 2 silver.
All right, thank you. And yeah, I don't think anyone will be taking it.
Yeah. Do you buy used carts? Good as new.
2?
I do not.
Okay.
Do you know who would?
Well, usually I'd say you can probably sell it to folks over at the docks, but
Right.
not a lot going in and out right now. Could try
Okay.
the main gate, but again, not a lot going in
No,
and out.
Yeah.
thank you. That's fine.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll settle up
Yeah.
if it stays more than a couple days. We'll settle up when we come pick it up.
All right.
Silver Palm might be interested.
That's true. All right.
As you
Yeah.
then make your way towards the bridge, your path takes you by the flow forge. There you see guards posted. You see a collection of a couple of the town guard that you are used to, but a couple of new uniforms catch your eye. The more white and gold, pristine colors of the Saros Manor Guard.
Mm.
And standing here amongst them, you see a single black-robed figure. It looks to be priest robes. A very long, long blade is resting on their right, and a metallic device on their left.
Do I recognize
Uh-huh.
the person, the outfit, or the device?
I think I would also like to check in on that.
You can give me, history for you, at advantage for you. History for you.
Okay.
Did you want to check in as well? Yeah, I'll have it be a history. Anything for you?
Mhm.
History, you can also do it at advantage.
I also, seeing that, I just link arms with Duathi, kind of like an emotional support friend. You said history? Oh, that's cocked. -1, that's an 18.
A 12.
13 for me.
1. We're gonna.
You are familiar with the structure of a lot of the military wing of the order, but you haven't actually seen one of these in person. You, however, have, and you do recognize this as a deacon.
And the guards that are in the white and gold, do they look like they would have been at a slightly higher station than me during my tenure?
It's a very similar uniform that you wore.
Everything okay, I can?
Where are they?
Yeah.
Outside the flow forge.
Got it.
And I just kind of gesture subtly, that's the deacon.
Oh,
Yeah.
you were telling me about that. I'm gonna take a look actually at that device on his hip and oh no, look at it. I don't know what I'm looking at, but I'm
What
like,
it do?
Roll
This
a
will
look
be
at it, check.
We'll have this be an investigation as both a combination of looking at what it is and racking your brain.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious.
That's an 11.
11.
Maybe.
Yeah, you've never seen it before and you aren't familiar with it.
Okay.
it looks like it is long, appears to have a handle to it, and it's about 2 feet, maybe a little under 2 feet. Very clearly a place to hold. Yeah, you're not sure what it is.
And we haven't seen anyone with these robes on our travels or
You have
anything
not.
like that. Okay.
What would have been my last context of seeing a deacon? I know it's been 84 years.
50.
50.
Yeah.
I'm gonna text this to you.
Okay.
Oh. Oh. Ooh.
I love these moments.
We're just all gonna vomit this.
Yeah.
episode.
But let's just say my former boss would have answered to this kind of person.
What is the thing?
Oh gosh, I'm not sure.
I know it.
You can give me with your history or
It's
on
a
this, you know, they are the only members of the order who are allowed to carry and are able to be distributed because there are so few of a sidearm. This is a pistol.
Oh.
So I carry my spear and my sword. That, Andy, you might like this. It's some sort of pistol. It packs a punch from range.
It's a weapon?
Yeah, they're the only ones allowed to have them. They handle the dangerous stuff. It was way above my pay grade. I was only there for a few years.
Is it
I've just sent it to you.
the dangerous stuff? I thought that it was in the city and that.
It's a weapon.
Yeah, but I think we should probably just keep going.
Okay.
Seem to have everything
We
under
have,
control.
yeah, they are very good at what they do. They have it handled.
Would I have like studied pistol? Would that have been a thing that we knew about?
It is something that conservators, specifically higher up conservators, were charged with maintaining.
Right,
But these
so
were
I-
conservators who would essentially leave the Adergog to work for the Melos.
Okay. But that's the only context I know of them. Okay.
Not going down the shooting range.
Yeah, it's like I never would have seen one be fired.
You've
No.
not.
Okay. Yeah, I've definitely seen them before, but
It's,
Kind of, I'm not gonna lie, even though I didn't have ambitions or anything, really, it was pretty cool looking, but I don't know.
okay, let's keep walking.
Okay.
I pick up the pace just a wee bit.
As you make your way to the bridge, eventually you get there. You can see that construction is still working on it, continuing to reinforce it. But a few of you now, for the first time, seeing this new bridge being built upon the skeletal remains of what Bogdan had made, and the water wheel that has been affixed that is bringing in river water and being channeled into barrels. You're able to cross it freely. And up ahead, you see the sign that where nights before you had stood trying to devise a means of crossing the gap that was there. And beside you is the hanging sign that reads, "The Collection." And with that, we are going to end tonight's episode.
The Collection by Lark.
I was gonna say you do the talking, unless it's about Chauncey.
Thank you all so very much for being with us tonight.
Good luck to next week, you guys.
We hope you enjoyed the show.
The skirt.
We're going to pop over to our Discord for a post-show hangout. About that, if you've been enjoying the show, please consider giving us a like, a follow, wherever you might be. If you would like to help support the channel monetarily, you can become a subscriber on Twitch, a member on YouTube. The most efficient way is to head on over to our Patreon and join us over there. Patrons and subscribers and members all get additional perks for the love and support that you all show us. One of which is getting to be a fly on the wall in this post-show hangout. So if you are a member, pop on over to the Discord. We will see you there shortly. Otherwise, we hope that the rest of you have a fantastic evening or morning or afternoon, depending on when you're listening to this. We will be back again next week to pick up at the collection. Bye, everyone.